When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you find it's just a waste of time? You'll find a smile will go a long, long way.
Welcome into another episode. It's Ron and Jen's Great Escape as we try to turn your news frown into the other direction and make it go upside down.
I wore the hat today for you.
Oh, I saw that.
You like that?
Life is good hat.
Well, this one is just a smiley face hat. This one just proves the point of what you're saying. We like to turn that sadness into a goofy happiness.
Well, guess what?
Chicken butt.
When this episode drops or falls or posts, whatever
Yes.
they say in the podcast world, it'll be it'll mark the fall equinox.
It will.
Yep, first full
That's
day.
right.
First full day of the fall season. So get ready for all things autumn. Pumpkin, of course. You know what the term equinox means? Any idea?
Oh, I don't. I wish that when you ask these
I didn't
questions,
either.
I wish that I could come up with that quick thing, but I can't.
Honestly, I didn't either.
No.
But it refers to the time or date at which the sun crosses the celestial equator,
Okay.
making day and night of equal length. So now you're going to start to see the sun come up, sunset earlier, right?
Sunrise, sunset.
So there you go.
Sunrise. I hated Fiddler on the Roof.
I know.
I just
You know
never
what?
got that musical. I
You
just
know
bothered.
me.
I was in it when I was a kid. I
Really?
hated it. Yeah.
You know me. I can't stand musicals.
I know.
They make no sense. No sense.
Well, Grease was
whatsoever.
fun.
No, it was. No,
I
I
thought-
don't like musicals.
What about some of the old ones?
You know what TMC
Singing in the Rain.
No,
and
no. People in everyday life don't walk down the street and then suddenly
They
burst
burst out in
into
a song.
It doesn't
I
make
know.
any sense whatsoever.
Well, yeah, but you have to suspend your disbelief.
The hideous Annie Get Your Gun.
Well, yeah.
was on TMC.
It was.
Over the weekend.
It
was
was.
terrible.
Meet Me in St. Louis
Yes,
was on last
yes,
night too.
right. That's Judy Garland. Right?
Yes, I tuned into that for a little bit to see how she was aging because I knew that this is awful. I thought, oh, she's probably in her late 20s now, and so after The Wizard of Oz, let's see what she's looking like. 'Cause she's on all kinds of drugs.
Oh man,
Isn't that awful?
When she wrapped it
I
up,
know.
When she wrapped it up, she was in her 40s. She looked like she was 90.
She was 40. She did.
47,
Yeah. Died on the can and looked like she was 60, 70.
Yeah. Oh, she looked
and
horrible.
bad. It's a bad 60,
Yeah,
70.
I mean, really used
Not
up.
even,
A
healthy looking.
A
Yeah,
shell of
really
her former
sad.
self. The former Von Bulow home has sold for $30 million in Newport on Bellevue Avenue.
I
So
wouldn't want to live
I
there.
guess you were out of luck. You didn't put a bid in on that, did you?
No,
$30
but
million?
I think, you know what? Do you ever go buy an
When
expensive
sunny
house?
turns blue.
Stop it. Do you know that sometimes I think I'll go buy a really big house and I'll think, I do think this, hand on the Bible. If they gave that house to me, I wouldn't want to live in it. I wouldn't, I mean, who would want to live in that house with all of that bad energy and Von Bulow and
Not haunted.
no, but we don't know if he really didn't,
So what?
take care.
So you bring cleaners in, clean the mess up, and you
No
live on
way.
Bellevue Avenue.
I don't want that
All right.
energy on me.
Well, you and I don't have to worry
You're
about
opening
it.
up that portal. Who bought it? Do we know?
Let's see.
Was it somebody famous? Like Angelina Jolie with her 20
See, you
kids?
give me crap for putting you on the spot.
Oh,
I don't know who bought it. I don't think it says who bought it. But anyway, $30 million bucks. It's a lot of scarole.
it is. And you know what's a big deal in Newport also? That story as well as the Peter Lance story, the reopening of the cold case with Doris Duke and
Yes.
that handler of hers that they had this strange, were they together? Were they not? He was gay, but they spent a lot of time together. He was her curator. And
Has Anderson Cooper chimed in on this?
not
just
yet,
No.
but that case is reopened, and Peter Lance has been all over that story. I've heard him everywhere. And Doris Duke, man, she was not a nice lady.
Supposedly, everything we read.
Supposedly, she got all of her money from tobacco, right?
So what? A lot of people get their money from
Well, yeah, I'm
tobacco.
not
Shouldn't-
criticizing.
shouldn't
I'm
get
just
from
letting people
slavery.
know. Well, yeah, I'm just letting people know somewhere in her history. I'm sure that's there.
Probably.
Maybe they'll show up and cancel her
If you go way back.
before they take her money. Give me some money, and then we'll cancel you.
Then we'll woke.
And then we'll...
You're not
I don't
gonna-
know that that's how you say it.
You're
Then
not-
we'll woke.
You're not going to wake her up, but you might woke her up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
maybe.
saying?
We'll see.
All right.
Anyway, that's that.
semantics. There's a rat problem in Cranston.
I did
apparently.
know that. That lady, that crazy, well, she's not crazy because my dad used to do it. She feeds all the animals.
Who?
There was a lady in Warwick or
What the hell are you
Cranston.
talking about?
What the hell is it? There was a lady in Warwick or Cranston, and she kept getting hauled into to see the cops. She'd thrown in the popo because she would in the back of the cruiser there because she would feed them corn
Feed
and
what? Feed
grain,
who?
all the animals.
Rat's not an animal. It's a
Well, they
rodent.
would feed rats, and she would feed cats, and she would feed ducks and pigeons,
You
and
got Hazel all upset.
I'm sorry, Hazel. And then what would happen is the rats would show up, and the neighbors would
course,
complain.
of course.
You didn't know about that lady?
No.
Yeah, no, really, that's a true story. I'm not making that up.
In Cranston, apparently, if Rocco, a 3-year-old cockapoo, was sickened back in August, the dog apparently was vomiting and suffering from diarrhea. Family took Rocco to the veterinarian, and the blood tests showed that it wasn't cancer. It's something called leptospirosis. I don't know. I completely butchered
That's
that.
good. You sounded like me.
It's a sometimes fatal bacteria disease spread through the urine of infected animals, mostly rats. And apparently this family had to pony up $3,500 to $4,000. The dog's okay. That's the good news. The dog's okay. Their bank account's not so good because the husband apparently lost his job. COVID, thank you very much. So they are actually going to try to sue the city of Cranston to get that money back because they said the city of Cranston is responsible for the rat problem.
Oh, but
That's
where
a
are they
stretch.
getting the money for the lawyer if they got no monies? Is he working on
Maybe
pro
they'll call
bono?
Maybe they'll call the heavy hitter.
Maybe who's that guy with the commercial?
Yeah, that guy with the commercial.
And
How
he's-
about a zillion?
Well, he's
commercials?
got the new one with the cars in the back. He's got those, and he says they're not mine. We just lease them for the ad.
Yeah, right.
What's that guy's name? Do
the
we
heavy
remember?
hitter is the one for you.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I can't. His name escapes me right now.
And then I heard, and I don't know if this is true, but just to say, I heard that he just shows up in the ads, that he disseminates, the information.
He is an attorney.
Yeah, but he
However,
doesn't do it. He just takes the information, gives it to the young people, and or the
supposedly,
interns or whoever.
I have heard, at least, that's Hazel bumping the table, by the way. My intelligence,
Your ground
I
sources.
received from my ground sources
Yes.
tell me that he's never been in the courtroom.
Come on, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Now, that just could be hearsay. I don't know. It could be an old wives' tale or a young wives' tale, for that matter.
can he sue us for saying these things?
On a podcast? Knock yourself out.
But I mean,
I just said it's just a buzz. I'm not saying it's really true.
hey, have you ever
heavy
called the like Rhode Island, the people that take care of the roads? You ever call them?
You mean the Department of Transportation?
Yeah. Well, I mean, or whoever. It's the right dot or
No.
what.
Why would I call them?
Okay, well, no, here's why. Because I was strolling through my neighborhood with the dog last night. There's a reason I'm telling you this. And there was a tiny little looking sinkhole the size of a baseball. The whole pavement was caving in on itself with a big hole you could see underneath. So I was trying to get in touch with them this morning. I thought,
Good luck.
yeah, well, I was called. This one sent me to this one, who sent me to this one, who sent me to the engineers, and the Rhode Island people said that's a local issue. Well, they actually went out there with cones and spray paint this morning. So I think
They didn't fix it. They just said, here's where it is.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Don't
so
fall in.
I didn't know. Do people do that? Do they call in if they see
Sure,
problems?
of course.
I didn't know if I was supposed to because I thought, maybe people in the neighborhood are going to be mad at me.
No, I think if you think that it poses some kind of a potential
Yeah.
danger, then it's a smart thing.
Sure.
It's your civic duty to call that
I
in.
thought so. I mean, am I the only geek or dork or whatever that does things like this? I see problem. I'm a problem solver, you see.
Yeah, right.
I am. I like to solve riddles and problems.
Keep the podcast audience updated
Posted?
on that sinkhole.
Maybe I'll
will you?
take a picture. You want me to take a picture of it and post it
That'd
on?
be swell. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be really exciting.
That's riveting, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, Block Island experienced a minor earthquake
Ooh.
on Sunday morning, 2:21, but apparently it was so small that it really never even registered. So I didn't hear anybody really talking about it. So. How about the Pell Bridge now?
What about it? What, are they jacking the price there?
They are. Do you know how much it costs?
It's already like $10 to go there. And
$4 one way,
Yeah.
$4 the other
what
way.
is it now?
It's going to go up to $6.
Wow.
$6 each way. And you're not going to be able to pony up cash for it anymore. You're either going to have an easy pass, which is worth the money, by the way, if you do travel over that bridge a lot, which I don't do, and I live right near it. Or they're just going to go, and they're going to grab your license plate, and you'll get an invoice. You'll get billed.
I remember years ago, and when I was a staunch, flaming liberal Democrat, but we were laughing because Hillary Clinton got busted on tape for saying, if it's not nailed down, you're going to tax that. And it's just, I have never, listen, I'm just saying, over the last year, 2 years, everything, they want to put stuff in our cars so that they can tax our mileage on the roads. Remember we talked about that earlier. That's some new program that they're testing out in a couple states. They're taxing this, they're raising this, they're taxing that. Come on, it's awful. It's really awful.
That's
Isn't $10 enough almost to get to go and come back?
Apparently not. Because they're gonna up it to $6.
Don't you think they
way.
mismanage our money if they have to keep taking money from us?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, is that reasonable?
So this starts at the end of October, supposedly, if they get all of the equipment installed on time. So, what a ripoff!
Yeah, it is. That's why I never go down that way. I didn't in the summer. Do you know that? That's true.
Well, I think Newport during the summertime is more for tourists, and they just kind of get in the way. But not because of COVID. Who knows? And lastly,
he doesn't care. He doesn't go there.
No, I don't go there that much. Yeah. Lastly, for local news.
Yes.
Yeah. What do we know about the filming of Hocus Pocus 2?
They didn't call me. That's what we know about it.
Not yet. Filming apparently is going to last from October through February. Mm-hmm. Disney, which is producing it, hasn't finalized where the actual shooting's going to be, but intelligence I'm getting from my ground sources tell me it's Providence, Newport, and also in Lincoln. We know they've also rented out the Cranston Street Armory.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Where they're going to do the flying scenes.
Yeah, well, Newport's a great place, to shoot that movie. I was there when they shot Amistad. Do you want to hear a crazy story? I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I know, real quick. So when they were shooting Amistad, Matthew McConaughey and Steven Spielberg directed that. My aunt and she said to me, she called me up, hey, you want to go down there and see what we can see? I said, sure, why not, blah, blah, blah. So they were shooting on this private farm. My aunt, my godmother, said, let's walk through the woods and just kind of burst onto the property and and act like we belong. I said, okay, we did. We walked about a half mile through the woods and we got I was standing on the side of Steven Spielberg when he was sitting there, and Matthew McConaughey's with his top hat in the distance, and I'm just waiting for somebody to haul us off by the cops. But
we were really tight security there. Huh?
We were walking around the farm just like we own the joint. Like no one asked us any questions, as though we belong there. It was really neat.
Was that Aunt Marion?
No, that was my Aunt Joyce. And yeah, she's still alive. She's living in North Providence. We totally trespassed, and we hung out on the set of Amistad. And I talked to Rusty Schwimmer, who was in the movie. She was in Twister also. She was, I don't know, I want to say, she's a well-known actress. She's a character actress.
Obviously, you can't remember what she's in.
No, she was in Twister. I know that, and a couple other stuff.
That movie sucked.
Yeah, Rusty Schwimmer. And we sat and talked about what it's like to be an actress, and she was kind of bemoaning the fact that she was just, doing what she was doing.
Oh, yeah.
She wanted to be a lead.
That's real tough.
Yeah, but how neat was that?
That's pretty cool. You're lucky you didn't get arrested.
I know.
Thrown in the tank. Aunt Marion, isn't that the aunt who used to cut her toenails, Aunt Marion?
Well, at the end, she had to have the nun come because it was a tough job. A 95-year-old woman's toenails.
I don't think I'd pony
You need a special device for that.
Casting.
You do.
I know. If you want to get into this as an extra, they're looking for just about everybody, all walks of life.
Yeah, I did.
And it's being done by Kendall Cooper Casting.
I know.
And their website is kendallcooper.com. We'll put that up on the Facebook page. Okay.
Yeah, I've applied. You apply, and you have to put pictures of yourself.
I gotta care less.
Well, I think. Well, wouldn't it be fun to be in another movie?
No.
Well, it'd be for you. No. I've already been in a film.
I know you're in that film with.
You like that? Wait, I've been in a film.
Yes, I have a film appearance on my resume.
I do.
That's what she's saying.
I do.
That's what we have for. A little bit of national sprinkled in there with
that's fun
with local news. So if you want to get into that movie, just stay aggressive, and maybe you apply multiple times at Kendall KENDALL.
I already did multiple times.
Yeah, .com. You might get a call back. You get a call back.
You might. We'll see. Let's
move on to your world.
Yes, my world is awesome, and we'll get to this. We've talked about it, but now you have a visual aid, and this is a very special. Look at that, the pull top. Very special Coke can. We'll get to that. Yeah, not too long. Don't make it long. Don't be my mom. My mom's a long-winded talker. Oh, it's time for my news. Jen's news. Because it's America's favorite segment.
Who's that,
Hazel? You know it too. That's why you showed up. It's time for...
I think that scares her.
Jen's news.
All right.
Yeah, she looks real scared. Look at her tail. Hi, buddy. How are you? All right, time for... My perfect segment. It's just the best. So, Ron, have you ever driven in a hearse?
No. I have never.
Well,
I imagine at one point I'm going to ride in one.
Yeah.
No, I've never driven
well,
one.
I mean, do people get, when you go to somebody's funeral, and I remember in The Big Chill, there was a bunch of people riding along with Alex as he went to the funeral, but is it just the funeral people that take the hearse? Do you get in that?
The funeral people.
When they drive the body to be dumped in the ground.
Funeral parlor personnel drives the hearse.
No family members show up.
And then behind it will be the family members on the car.
Okay, well, then I guess
I imagine if you said I'd like to ride with Uncle Gus, they might let you.
I don't know. All right. Well, I bring this up because there's a couple who bought a hearse and they're using it as an RV. And they call it the Grim Sleeper.
That's
a
funny.
couple is road tripping in this converted hearse, nicknamed the Grim Sleeper. Yep, Shannon and Ian, 24 and 31, of the UK. They drove across Scotland's north coast in their 1998 Volvo 960 hearse.
I didn't know Volvo made hearses.
Yeah, they saw it on Facebook and bought it for about $4,800, our currency. And they said it was something neither of them had seen before, ever. Okay.
I believe it.
And they said, they think with it being a hearse, it puts people off to its previous passengers. So we also didn't think if we were going to do some road tripping in this, that people would bother us. So there it is. I mean, I think that's kind of neat. They just food for thought. People take buses and they turn them into, RV kind of thing. So this young couple, they decided they were going to go off and do this. And I think good for them. Just be careful. Make sure that you don't get, into the bad, group of people.
Not in a hearse, you won't.
Yeah, well, that's true. How about this, Ron? A thief caught with a stolen prosthetic leg strapped to his head was busted. And they want to know, what was this guy thinking? Get it? Get it?
So he's running around with a fake gamma.
Yeah, Kevian Hooks held up a man to take his backpack, then made him take off his prosthetic leg and took that too. And I don't know why he had it on his head, but he had it on his head when cops busted him. It didn't take long, by the way, for police to find him.
I guess not.
With that thing on his head. Right. Cops took it and returned it to the victim. They washed it up and they got that guy into jail. He got a nice free visit to jail.
He's our brouillon of the week, too.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to steal something, why, advertise it? You see, he strapped it to his head. Oh, and finally, did you know, well, if you've never heard of this, Barney and Betty Hill. Have you ever heard of those two people?
Benny Hill, the comedian?
No, not Benny Hill. Barney Hill.
Oh, Barney Hill, no.
It's an interracial couple, and I make mention of that. Normally I wouldn't, but I'll tell you why in a minute. Who really were the first people in this country, or maybe even the globe, who said that they were abducted by aliens. Now, it's the 60th anniversary yesterday of Betty and Barney's Hill abduction from where? New Hampshire, of all places, up by Franconia Notch, where the old man on the mountain used to be. So these guys in 1961, imagine that, it was still controversial to be dating somebody other than, that's just terrible. So Barney Hill was a African-American, Betty was white, so it was already very controversial.
Betty White.
Yeah, for them to be together. So then, how do we know that they were abducted? Well, these guys were traveling along. They were coming back from Canada. They were supposed to show up at home at around 2:30 in the morning. They woke up around 40 miles from their intended destination. Her dress was ripped. His shoes were scuffed. Their watches were stopped. There was something wrong with the car. And under hypnosis, they realized that they, in fact, were taken aboard this spaceship. They were probed anally and sent back. And so, and I interviewed his niece, Kathleen Martin, and she wrote a book called Captured. So they just put up a historic marker in New Hampshire where they said that they were abducted, the spot. So if you want a road trip and check it out in your hearse, you can. But it's a really wild story. You don't believe it?
Sure, why not?
Why wouldn't you believe it? They were credible people. They were civil rights leaders in their community, and they were churchgoers, and they were just normal, decent, your average people. But then they were abducted.
Okay, well, good for them.
Well, good for them. No, now they're dead, and
they're gone.
They're gone,
and they probably made a buck off of it anyway. They wrote a book or something.
No, she did. Yeah, the niece did. Yeah, Kathleen Martin. What? Anyway, it's a really interesting story. So if you want to read the book Captured, and they're actually going to make a a primetime show about it. It's in works right now.
Well, I'll
It's a
wait for-
fascinating story. Google it.
I'll
Betty-
wait for the movie.
Okay, I'll put a picture up of them on
do
our on Ron and Jen's Great Escape page. So that wraps up another fine edition of America's favorite segment. What is it? It's my Jen's News. Yeah.
What's this couple's name again? Betty and
Betty and Barney Hill.
Okay, I'll Google it. I promise. After
Yeah.
the program.
Okay, it's really interesting. Seriously.
Stuff that's trending today. Apparently, supply chain shortages are coming into play for, you guessed it, the holidays. And now, with Thanksgiving just around the corner, grocery stores are saying you might want to grab your grocery list items now, the stuff that's not perishable, and go start to
Pumpkin
stock up.
filling.
Go start to stock up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The Rockettes, apparently, Christmas tradition, they are going to be back to normal.
Are they going to wear masks?
Whatever normal is. That's a very good question. I don't know.
I want to see that.
Little decorative masks.
Yeah.
Why not? Rockettes are coming back. Last podcast, we talked about the Macy's Parade coming back. And here's one for you. Supply chains shortage that's going to hit artificial Christmas trees. Apparently, Christmas trees, the phony ones, are going to be costing as much as 25 to 30% more than they did last year.
Of course they are.
And to get a really
I can't
good,
stand people. I just
get a
can't.
really good. What do you mean? That has nothing to do with
Yes,
people.
it does.
It's a
Everybody's
shortage.
price gouging. Oh, we have to do this because of inflation. Give me a break. I mean, nobody has any money, and these guys are trying to make up for their losses last year. I can't.
Well, they're a business, and they want to try to stay in business.
And real trees are going to be because why? Because nobody could work on them in the fields, and so they're going to be a shortage of Christmas trees
there are
too.
no trucks to ship them.
There's no trucks, there's no people, there's no real trees, there's no fake trees, whatever. I'll have the Christmas oven mitt. How about that? We'll put lights on the oven mitt this year. Whatever. Make do.
I think this is the year that Festivus might really overtake Christmas because all you
Yes.
need is a metal pole.
That's right.
Because as Frank Costanza says, he finds tinsel distracting.
Well, but
There are no decorations.
these days with the metal pole, you got to be careful. You'll get bopped over the head or somebody just they'll,
Poke your eye out.
yeah, they'll poke your eye out, they'll hit you in the butt with it. People
your
are
eye out.
angry out there.
Yeah, a lot of anger out there.
Lots of anger, Ronzo.
But, to buy an artificial Christmas tree, even last year, the year before, those things, to get one that actually looks real, they're expensive as
I can't
hell.
believe you
They're
don't
like
want one.
$1,200.
You don't want a real look. You want one with tinsel. And I can't believe you don't have your parents' tree.
No, that thing was pretty much torched.
Was
over.
it? Yeah.
Their artificial tree?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my God. Nothing stood up anymore. It was like this. It's like, anything else, you get old. You get like this. Just about everywhere.
Well, I can't say. I know. I need a
Just
new
about
bra.
everywhere. Just
Speaking of
about
that,
everywhere.
I need a new one. The
Where's-
underwire is starting to
Where does Rhode Island
bother
rank
me.
when it comes to
rank.
the happiest states?
Oh my God, we
in
got to be at the
America?
bottom.
And of course, you know who did this.
Yeah, Wallet Hub.
Wallet Hub. The 10 happiest states in the United States. Massachusetts, apparently, very happy at number 10.
Okay.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Number 9, Jersey. Why?
I don't know. I think that's a lie.
Number 8 is Maryland. Idaho, 7th. The Dakotas. People are, for some reason, just crazy go nuts in the Dakotas. They're happy. Both North and South. They rank 6 and 5, respectively. Then it's California, Hawaii, Minnesota, Utah, the happiest state in the
Well,
union.
why do you think they're happy in Utah, bro?
I don't know.
They can have 20 wives.
That's true.
They never get
true.
tired
Well, no.
of the same
No,
person.
there you go. They get tired, but not of the same person.
They can just, shuffle them off.
We
That
didn't do
Monday's
that.
gal, Wednesday's gal.
And Tuesday's gravy. We actually came in 21st. When
Really?
it comes to happiest states. So
Well.
I guess maybe we're actually having an impact of turning that frown upside down.
Because we're cooler and warmer here.
In the ocean
That's
state. Well,
right.
we were cooler and warmer. Now we're something else.
We are?
Now we're something
Did I
else.
miss that memo?
Yeah, I think you must have. I think you must have. So that's what I got for what's trending today. I do have a quick sports, and then if you wanted me to tell that
I sure
stupid
do.
story, I will.
I need to have this. I've been wanting to have this, excuse me, for the longest time, and you just won't give it to me.
1975 World Series, Red Sox against the Cincinnati Reds. I was at Graham Junior College in Boston, right across the street and the Kenmore Hotel, right across the street. They had made it into a dorm from Fenway Park.
Yeah.
So you could actually see the towers, you could see the lights and blah, blah. And for Game 7, no, it was Game 6 when Fisk hit the home run.
Yeah.
I was in my top bunk, and this is a Coca-Cola can. Yes, that's right. And
That's right.
I was throwing it against the wall for the entire It's like when it went to extra innings, I was thrown against the wall. He hit the home run, so I thought
Did they win the
Yeah,
World
they won
Series
Game
that year?
6. No, they lost Game 7.
Oh,
So this is what I kept from Graham Junior College.
that's so funny
That's
because
I'm
as a
sticking to it.
child, I remember my mother was eating. She had a Breyer's half gallon. She was sitting on the couch. It was a half gallon of chocolate ice cream, and she was just eating like that, out watching the game. And then my parents were going ballistic when Carlton Fisk hit that home. I saw him play live. And you imagine I saw Yaz and Carlton Fisk and Jim Rice and Dwight Evans and Butch Hobson and
I'll do you two better.
oh my God, Jerry Remy. I was just a kid. I used to go to the ballpark with my dad.
I saw Hank Aaron play.
Oh my
He
gosh.
finished up as the DH for the Milwaukee Brewers. I saw him play. I saw Mickey Mantle
What?
play against the Red Sox
What?
at Fenway Park.
Shut up,
Yeah,
Ron.
I mean, he was done. He was baked. It was
Wow.
1968.
Isn't that's the year I was
saw Mickey
born.
Mantle.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
nice to be able to
Did
say
you
that
take
I saw those
pictures?
guys. Somewhere, I don't know. They're dusty, probably. They're.
Oh,
no,
my God.
I didn't take pictures of that one. I took pictures of my first trip to Fenway Park, which was 1968. So that might have been the game. They might have played the game.
That's really
I'm not
awesome,
sure.
Ron.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty cool.
wild.
And then lastly in sports, I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw this or not. Tom Brady and Gronk going back and forth, and Brady said he thinks he can play until he's
Till
50.
50. And listen,
He might be able to. He threw 5 more touchdown passes this weekend.
I can't stand listening to talk radio, sports talk right now because so many people are complaining about. And I said to my mom, I was with my mom yesterday. I said, Mom, you know what? I was really upset last year. I'm over it now because what you're watching is a piece that you will never see in your lifetime another Tom Brady.
That's true.
This guy is so special. And stop it with the just watch him and be mesmerized. And if he wins again this year, I won't be shocked. I mean, the guy is something really unbelievably special, and you need to respect that. We had 20 years of him. Isn't that enough?
Really?
6 championships, 20 years. I mean, stop with the complaining and whining. Let's just move on and watch greatness happen.
Just amazing.
Yeah,
to
those
perform.
two are unbelievable. That team is so good.
Yeah, but it's
Wow.
remarkable
Are
to
they
see,
stacked?
to see Brady playing at
Richard
that level.
Sherman's going over there now.
At that level at 44 years old.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
Unbelievable.
Something else. He's pliable.
And let's do an unusual history. Or,
Okay.
hey, where did that term come from?
Where did that term come
do we-
from?
Why do we say that something that is worthless is for the birds? Ever wonder about that?
Well, no. But is it because they used to throw bread out to the birds, the rotten bread?
It's close.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In the days before automobiles, the streets were filled with automobile and lake. The streets were filled with horse-drawn carriages.
Yes.
And the animals, quite naturally, left behind
Poupée.
a little deposit from their digestive system. And the emissions contained half-digested oats and attracted swarms of birds, which took the nourishment from the deposits. So the people of that time coined the expression for the birds as meaning that anything of the same value as the horse
Oh,
droppings.
isn't that
So
something?
that is for the birds.
You know, that was an actual job title.
Yes.
Cleaning up the poupée in the
Sure.
streets.
The Little Book of Answers.
That stinks.
The Little Book of Answers.
Get it? That
It
stinks.
does stink. And you know what it's for? It's for the birds.
It's for the birds. Hey, that was good. Thanks, Ronzo.
So that is
I enjoyed that.
our little step back from the Little Book of Answers. Every now and then
Okay.
we delve into that because we have all of these terms that we use.
We
And we
do.
never stop and think, why do we do that? Why is it raining cats and dogs?
Yeah,
You know, why does it take the cake?
I don't know.
You know, George Carlin said, how come it doesn't take a pie? It's easier to carry.
Yeah, it sure
It
is.
takes the cake. Down the tubes.
Down the tubes.
What tubes? You know, as Carlin
Oh,
said,
that's funny.
the country's going down the tubes.
And there's a reason for everything. It's not just because.
Right.
So if you want to know, then you can find out. And this is a place to find
You know
out.
what? I'm going to do down the tubes next week.
Okay.
Because Carlin was right. You know, if the country's going down the tubes, those would be some sizable tubes.
I would say so.
So someone must have seen them because they're big tubes.
I guess so.
But next week we'll do down the tubes.
Okay.
All right.
Is-
Now,
is
I'm
that
gonna
is
get
that it?
ready.
Is the show over?
It's almost over.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yes,
this
this
a good
is.
one.
Oh,
All right.
by the way, before I do this, you know that woman I wish happy birthday to, and I said
You're
she's an
up.
avid listener and an avid watcher of our show every week. She's so loyal to us. She's
Off
a great
few
one.
months.
Yeah. Well, I sang happy birthday. It's not her birthday yesterday. It's in December. So, Gene, I'm sorry. We'll revisit that in 6 things you should never reheat in the microwave. Here we go. You know, everyone knows that microwave ovens are a great way to save time in the kitchen, but there are some things that you should never ever put in there because they just don't come out the right way, right? So, as when you originally had them. So let's look at a few things. Casseroles, Ronzo, they're better to be reheated in a conventional oven, and if you add a bit of water and cover it in foil, it won't dry out and it will stay crispy. Fried chicken, never ever put that in the microwave. Pizza, it may be tempting, but what ends up happening is it's soggy. Steak will overcook. Never do that. If you got it medium rare, it's going to come out well done. French fries, they come out soggy. You never ever put those in the microwave. Everything else, all these things you put in the conventional oven. And pasta, I'm shocked about this. They said it's better to use a saucepan over medium heat if you are reheating a tomato-based sauce. Or just throw the pasta, if the sauce is separate, throw the pasta back in hot water, boil it, and then put the sauce on top of the stove. Now, all of this is too much work. Food is not that important to me. Can I just tell you that?
That's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I don't cook. I nuke everything, and then I come over here with my Tupperware for leftovers. The end of the show has come upon us. We love you guys so much. This is episode 43, and it's over. Time to go home now.
Shake those bellows.
Wow. Now that's a grand finale.
Yes, it is. Ba-boom.
You'll find a smile will go a long, long way.